Yo, yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's up? What's good, Marco? Can y'all hear me? Rob looks like he needs some coffee. Man, it's been a long weekend. I had a what do you call it? We had a convention this past weekend. So it was busy. It was busy, but it was good. Got a lot of videos done and caught up on some anime last night. And I got to see Steel Ball Run. So Steel Ball Run was fire. I don't know when the next episode is dropping. Hopefully we get that soon. What's good, James? What's up? Red Hood Monkey, what's good, everybody? Did I read the One Piece spoilers? Those are out already? Nah, I didn't. I didn't. If they dropped already, I didn't see them. Yo, CP50, what's good, Brody? What's up? Tian, Omar, Young Mar, what's up, man? Yo, I had, what's the deal? What's the deal? Nah, I just wanted to check in real quick with you guys. I do have some stuff I'm going to be doing later today. I got a lot of editing I have to do because I had a convention this past weekend. So I'm trying to work on those videos, but I also have some videos I shot beforehand that I want to get out for you guys. So I'm going to be working on that. Rob, did you take the time to print all these anime portraits? I really want to play your games. They look fun. I mean, yeah, over time, there's a lot. It was a process though, but yeah. I go through and set up everyone to print. Yeah, things been great, CP. Things been great, man. Just want to check in with y'all, see what's going on. I just finished Steel Ball Run last night. I saw the first episode finally. It was clearly a movie. I mean, the episode was like 48 minutes. But I'm hearing that they don't even know when the next episode is going to drop. So I don't know what Netflix has going on, but we need more Steel Ball Run. I'm glad they didn't do like the batch drop like they did with Stone Ocean, but like a weekly drop would be fine. Yo, Keyshawn, what's up? I'm doing great, man. Hishaku Hideout, what's good, man? Doing great, doing great. Oh, Chainsaw Man ending. Yeah. I'm gonna stay out the way. Yo, Himmy, you wild, bro. What's good, Himmy? What's up? Yeah, Davion, welcome to the Straw Hats, man. Welcome to the community. Yeah, I don't understand. Right? Netflix stays fumbling anime releases. I don't understand what the issue is. I really am trying to figure it out. Like, if you're releasing Steel Ball Run and you know you're releasing Steel Ball Run, wouldn't you have like a schedule set and episodes already produced in time for the release? Like, I don't understand how that gets miscommunicated. I really don't. Yo, what's up, Matt? What's up? How was One Piece live action? Fire. I thought they did Drum Island really, really well. Like Chopper's backstory, Drum Island, Dr. Hurlock, Correa, like Dr. Correa, they really crushed it. Like I actually felt the emotional moments from that. Nuggles, what's up, man? The next Resident Evil stream, probably this Thursday. It'll probably be this Thursday. Yo, Michael Rambo, what's up? What's good? What's good? Rob, if Demon Slayer were in AOT, are they beating Rumbling and Founding Titan? The Rumbling might be a lot. Not saying they don't have the power to, destroy a lot of them. It's just a battle of attrition at that point. And even though they're powerful, the Hashira are powerful, at the end of the day, it's going to be a battle of attrition, right? They might run out of stamina before they start killing all of the Titans. Because those are like colossal Titans, basically, for the Rumbling. Yeah, Dr. Hirolook actor knocked it out the park for real. Went crazy. Matt, you said, what's my favorite anime? One Piece. One Piece always. Always. Go Beast. Thank you. Thank you so much. How did you create your anime cards for your anime draft? And where did you get the board? So I had the board printed. I went through few different companies trying to get the correct print for the board, and then honestly just printing the photos out online. These are a series that I've watched over years, and I was like, all right, well, let me just get the list together. Some people, like, if I'm looking for a certain list, like, sometimes it's easier to just find like a collection of photos together, but then I still have to like go through and name them all out and stuff. Duplicate, what's up? I'm doing great. It's a great day. One Piece newest chapter is so good compared to the older ones. I got a video coming out very soon about the latest chapter, man. The latest chapter was something happened that I've been wanting to happen forever. And that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say on that. Knuckles, I didn't check where the Resident Evil stream, because I haven't turned it on since, it crashed on stream. The last time it crashed on stream, the game did autosave. So I'm hoping that it autosaved at a part where, because we went through like the whole, we fought the infected with Leon and all that stuff already. I'm like, I'm not trying to do that whole part again. But if I have to, I will. I'll obviously do that off stream so you guys don't have to watch it twice. But Amarnath, it's your birthday? Yo, happy birthday. I'm sorry if I butcher your name. But happy birthday. Happy birthday. Yeah, hit me. I read it. Jay, what's good, homie? What's good, JD Legend? What's good, man? I'm doing great, bro. Yeah, I love Elbath. I don't know what's going to happen. Next chapter is so critical. Like, we're in a stage now where Oda could either blow everything up or there's going to be, the escape of a century. Like, that's where we are at right now. Because it is wild. Yeah, Jay. Yeah, we've been out here. We've been working, bro. We've been working. Just staying busy. We just had a con recently, Anime Las Vegas. That was this past weekend. So just honestly, it makes things easier, honestly. Like working with creator friends all in the same place, it makes things a lot easier. So it's been good. Is it moist critical though? Oh my gosh. Udahar said, who is stronger in your opinion, Vados or Whis? I think they're relative. Like I don't know if I would pick one over the other. Obviously, we've seen more of Whis than Vados, but I think they are Like they are very similar in strength. So what's next for Shonen Showdown? I have a couple of new videos that I shot at Anime Las Vegas this past weekend. And if you're not familiar with like the anime Blackjack series, I actually brought that to the convention. So it was a lot to set up. Thankfully, I had my friends help me out. But basically, I kind of went around the con using like a cart table thing and played people in anime Blackjack. So I'm really excited for you guys to see that video. Obviously, I haven't even started recording that. I mean, editing that yet. So it's going to be a process trying to tackle that beast. But once that video is done, it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be fun. Because I added new prompts and stuff. And then I also tested out doing like an invincible version. And I also just one for One Piece by itself. So I did that as well. And then I shot another video as well. So you guys will see all that. But I'm really excited for Level Up next month. If you guys want to know which convention I'm going to next, it's going to be Level Up Expo in Vegas. And that's, I believe, April 24th weekend. I got something fun planned for that. Hopefully. We'll see. We'll see if the convention center allows us to do it. I don't want to give it, say too much, but I can't wait. Speaking of One Piece, would you recommend the manga or anime? I would recommend whatever you want. Really, like it's just if you wanna learn the story faster, then I would say read the manga. If you're down to get the full the anime openings and the endings and the voice acting and stuff and get used to it, then obviously I recommend the anime. But I like both. I honestly do. And the remake is coming soon, so you can read the manga now and then watch the remake when it drops. You can do that. Oh, Jay, you like the cold? Man. Yeah, I can't do the cold, man. I can't. I've been in the cold my whole life. I've been in the cold my whole life. I'm like, I need a break from the cold. Yo, real exotic. Thank you so much. Seriously. I appreciate the kind words. Thank you. Rox or Roger, who has more impact on the story? I mean, I would say because the story is about finding the One Piece, you have to give it to Roger. You have to. You have the Straw Hat lineage, essentially. Going from Joy Boy to Roger to Shanks and now Luffy. Um, but Rox's impact was clearly felt. No question at all. It was clearly felt. Life of Anime podcast. My question to you is, when am I getting an invite to join? Oh, here you go. Here you go. This is what we doing? Joe, are you serious? This is what we doing. I had to beg. I had to beg to get on Life of Anime podcast, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Now we'll set something up, Joe. Joe, honestly, you got to come out here one time. You definitely got to pull up. Yeah, Jay, you need to come. Yo, Jay, if you can make Level Up Expo work next month, I know that's kind of fast, but but if you can make Level Up Expo work, bro, that'll be fire. It's like one of the biggest cons out here. So yeah, exotic, you should. If you don't have a lot of time, I guess I would say read the manga for One Piece, but One Piece is like a generational story, man. It really is. It's different. Who's your favorite Naruto character? Why is it Shikamaru? Yo, my favorite Naruto character. I mean, obviously Jiraiya's up there. I'm also a fan of Shisui. I'm also a fan of Neji. Um, Rock Lee's kind of in the mix too. So, but I get why people love Shikamaru. Like Shikamaru he's Naruto's real best friend. That's factual. You actually might say, oh, your birthday's April 28th. Okay, yeah. I mean, honestly, that would be a great way to spend it. But you know, whatever you got going on, bro, because I know you're busy, but that'd be a great way to spend it. You know, we're out here. Oh, and you're doing Anime Expo and DreamCon. Okay, so there you go. So yeah, we'll be at AX. DreamCon, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to make this year. I got my cousin's like wedding and all this other stuff going on, so that one might be tough, but I'll definitely be at AX. All right, Duplicate, thanks for pulling up. Shikamaru's hairline just ruins my day. Yo, oh my gosh. Yo, I can't even. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Shikamaru's hairline is crazy. It is crazy. Yo, Zane, what's good? Welcome to the stream, man. Welcome. Rob, does Mihawk have superior observation hockey to Shanks? I personally don't think so. But even if he does, I think Shanks has superior Conqueror's hockey. And you know they call him the observation hockey killer. So it still would be tough. Who's stronger, Dragon or Loki? I have Dragon. Narratively, again, I always say this because like, you know, the Loki stands are on a high right now. Y'all love Loki. Loki's going crazy. And all I said is that I think Loki is definitely very powerful. I just need to wait and see confirmation from Shamrock. Because when Shamrock was there, he was like, hey, Loki, I could free you right now and you would still get washed. I had to see, was Shamrock just talking or can he do it? And the only reason, because I've seen a lot of people say, well, why are you waiting to hear what Shamrock, why are you waiting to see if Shamrock is telling the truth when you didn't do that for other characters? And the only reason why is Shanks was confirmed to get Loki out of there. Like Shanks defeated Loki. So I'm like, his brother, we have to wait and see. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Neeks, what's up? Shamrock is an industry plant. Hey, we gotta see if Shanks did it. If Shanks was able to do it, we can't look at Shamrock and be like, you can't do it. We have to be like, hold on, your brother did it. Hey, there's a possibility. Where's Dragon Ball ranked on your favorite list? I mean, it's up there, but nostalgia definitely plays a huge role. I don't know. I don't have like my list right now. Like, I really don't know what my list is. I just know One Piece is number one. JJK is going to be taken over by JC Staff. Wait, really? Really? I did not know that. Jordan, thank you for the 5. Thank you so much. What would be your thoughts if Toei does Laugh Tale as a movie instead of an anime arc? Hashtag Life of Anime Podcast tax. Hashtag Mel tax. Hashtag free Kumar. Hashtag free Marco. All right, see, Marco doesn't even need to be free. All right, Marco's crazy. Marco be calling me. I've been saying Charlos for how long? How long? You gotta free me, Jordan. Free me. But to answer your question, I have always been open to getting canon One Piece movies, but I would rather the movies be side stories or like for instance, you know, like the Ace light novel. Like I would love to see that as a movie. Um, I would love to see like things that were off screen but happens canonically, right? We could say, you know, the Rocky Port incident. There could be, you know, Shiki, like what has Shiki been up to? How did his fight with Garp and Sengoku go down? There's a lot of things that were put off screen in the manga, even cover stories, right? There's all the cover stories basically, like you know, Anel going to the moon, how Germer 66 escaped Whole Cake with Caesar Clown and all that stuff. Like I would love to see movies on that stuff that couldn't be included in the anime. If it's already in the manga, like I would prefer to see it adapted into the anime, but you know, anything that's been kind of off screen or put to the side that still kind of happens technically is canonically accurate, I would love to see those in movies because I think that would be fire. That would be a way for Oda to at least give more light or shine more light on things that were off screen but they did happen. Because you know, right now we just have to use our imagination and go off statements, but to see them physically happen on screen would be dope, and it will give Toei more room to like play around too, you know, show more like hockey feats and devil fruit abilities and stuff. Wait, what did Kumar say? God Valley the movie. I mean, I wanted that for a while, but the fact that we got God Valley completely fleshed out for the most part, I'm cool. I'm cool. Like I would rather see it just in the anime, you know, weekly or whatever. Uh, when's the next AOT anime draft? I don't know. Hopefully I level up. Hopefully I level up. I mean, I have everything with me. Malcolm, you said I want to see a movie about the first fight between All Might and All for One. See, that's what I'm talking about. A lot of the stuff that's happens canonically, but it has been off screen. I feel like studios should definitely dive in on that because if you're a fan of the series, you get to see things that were off screen and they happen. So it's not like you're watching a filler movie. Watching filler, it's like sometimes it's fun, but then other times it's like, all right, this didn't really happen. Like, who cares? Loki or Kaido, who's stronger? Here we go. I this might be recency bias, but I do lean more towards Loki. Um, but again, without saying too much, because I don't know who's really manga caught up in here like that. I'm just waiting on Shamrock to really confirm what I need him to confirm, because that will help out my Loki rankings. I haven't been reading the Blue Lock manga. I haven't. Um, I'm caught up on the anime, but I haven't read the manga. So, like, how many chapters are there? Toxic. How many chapters are there? And like, where did the like which chapter did the anime end off at? Is Obito and Kakashi beating Gojo and Megumi? 100%. You know the Kamui mix, like that would be the toughest thing. Uh, Zane, thank you for the 100 bits. Thank you so much, Zane. Really, I appreciate you. Do a video of people ranking the strongest anime characters in an anime con. So I actually have done that. I have done that. I've done a power tier list. That was 2 Momocons ago, I think. So I did do that. Oh, not Megami, but Megami Sakuna. Oh, that's what you said, Megami. I thought it was a typo at first. Okay, I know what you mean now. All right, so it's Gojo and Megumi Sukuna, and then you have Obito and Kakashi. I'm still going Obito and Kakashi because worst case scenario, which I don't even think it needs to go there, but worst case scenario, Obito can just give Kakashi his eye, and then now it's DMS Kakashi. You know, but again, I don't even think it would need to go there. I think it would just be Kamui dimensions. Like that's like a hard counter for their domains for the most part. Not really Gojo's, but Sukuna's domain. Like it's tough. Granted, I mean he could bring in like Maharaga and stuff, but still, that's not enough. I think Obito and Kakashi have that. Please tell me you've been keeping up with the One Piece manga. Of course. I have a video coming out this week. I literally have a video coming out this week. Kamui doesn't work on Gojo's Infinity. You're 100% right. But again, Kamui is a separate dimension. They don't have to be there what I'm saying essentially is before the sure hit effect even comes in, they could phase through to another dimension. Like Obito and Kakashi were literally fighting in the Kamui dimension. There's no way for Gojo to even get in there. Like there's no and the fact that they can both just go in and out of the Kamui dimension, it's not really, they don't have a way to stop that. The anime, so the Blue Lock anime ended around 151 chapters, and it is currently on 340. Oh, dang. So the manga is decent chunk ahead. Would you ever try Lord of the Mysteries? Yes, I watched the first episode of Lord of Mysteries, and I need to really get back into it. Like I saw they're making a game on it, and I was like, yo, I really want to play this game, but I have to watch the anime. I really want to dive into it. Like I need to. Sweet Sonic, what's good? What's up? Oh, speaking of Sonic, yo, y'all are not gonna believe this, yo. Craziest thing ever. So at Anime Las Vegas, right? This is for my Sonic fans out here. At Anime Las Vegas, Pete Capella was there, right? The voice of Silver the Hedgehog. Literally one of my favorite characters in the Sonic series. Like, craziest thing ever. My friends are actually good friends with him. And they were like, Rob, yo, you gotta pull up. You gotta meet him. So we walked up, and he was super cool, man. Like just super dope, super cool. He got me this print. Hold on, let me show you. Take it out right here. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. The Silver and Blaze. Yo, crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, if you're not a Sonic fan, you probably don't understand what this means to me. But like, yo, this was wild. So shout out Pete. Shout out my Sonic fans. I want to start dropping more Sonic content. I already do, but I'm trying to put out more Sonic content, man. I was like, yo, this is crazy. This is crazy. I still didn't even call my cousin yet because my cousin and I grew up, playing Sonic games together and stuff. So he's in Japan right now. So I'm probably going to call him after this stream and show him that. Yeah, it was fire. Hishaku, my fault. Thank you for the super chat, Hishaku Hideout. You said Zoro versus Sanji, but Zoro doesn't have any teeth, and they are fighting in front of a bunch of baddies. Who you got? All right, so the double nerf. So basically, this is Zoro is down a sword, and Sanji has to weave his way through the baddies. Essentially, is that what's going on here? I would say Zoro's clearly more ruthless. I don't think he'll worry about the obstacles as much as Sanji would, but I do think Sanji is faster than Zoro. With that being said, Zoro has conquerors and Sanji doesn't. That's gonna play a role. That's 100% going to play a role, because even though Zoro can't really control it the way he needs to, if he's able to use it the right way, I mean, people are going to be passing out around the area, clearly, and that's going to be something that if he hits Sanji with some conquerors, even though Sanji has recovery options, he has defense, we know he has the German genes, we get all of that. I need to see the conquerors. Now, if Sanji gets conquerors, it's a different conversation. It's a completely different conversation. But Rob, what are you gonna do when the One Piece gets revealed? I honestly, I don't know, but I'm a manga reader, so I'm gonna be okay. Like, I'm gonna be okay. I don't know how they're gonna release that. Like, I don't know what they're gonna do. I honestly believe that, you know, the leakers and stuff, like, I feel like when the One Piece is revealed, I personally believe that they will relax. Like, I feel like they'll be like, we can't spoil this for you guys, because I feel like that's happened in the past before. Like, there's been certain like chapters and stuff where like the leakers were like, this chapter is so peak that I can't spoil it for you guys. I can't. So yeah, Sanji needs Conqueror's Haki 100%. That's what I believe. Athletics, what's up? So you're saying the only thing Zoro has over Sanji is Conqueror's Haki? I mean, he has more AP for sure. He has more attack power. But the counter to that with Sanji is he's faster and he can recover. Sanji could literally like heal himself. I don't think people understand how ridiculous that is. He could take significant damage and then heal himself. So it's a matter of like, the Conqueror's Haki does give Zoro the edge for me though, but it's like once Sanji gets Conqueror's Haki, it's very close at that point, because the one thing that, you know, Sanji can do, which is recover, like Zoro does not have access to that. When Zoro takes damage, it's on him. Favorite non-canon Dragon Ball character? I mean, I guess I guess the GT Gogeta transformation, or just like the Super Saiyan 4 GT versions. But obviously now it technically is canon with Daima, but it's different. Now we have the red hair instead of the black hair, which I still like, by the way. I still like the Daima version, but the GT ones just hit harder at the time. Oh, Tapion's yours? Yeah, Tapion's fire. I'd probably throw Metal Cooler in there too. Yo, Aguni20, what's up? I know who you are. I know who you are. What's good? What's the Rob, do you believe the Rocks era is a bit overrated, considering none of them showed the ability to sky split until Domi Rocks? I don't think it was overrated. I think we are in an era now where you have to look at the characters currently right now. And this is kind of what I said in my top 30 a little bit too. And that's the fact that the people that were in the old days, they still look at the current generation and say, how do you not know this ability yet? Why are you so inexperienced? Right? It's not like they are expecting the new generation to already know certain things, and they don't have that knowledge yet, which is why I feel like in their day it was crazier, because there was no set, you know, Pirate King or anything like that. Like, they had to create that legacy for other people to try to follow. And I do think the new generation of One Piece characters are going to surpass the old generation. I just feel like not everybody has done it. You know, like I see people that are like, oh, Captain Kidd would wash you know, Rayleigh or something. Like, you know, there's certain people that still feel like the new generation has already surpassed them. I don't think so. I don't think so. When the old generation is clearly saying they know more, they have more knowledge than you consistently, I can't. Oh, here comes Smile Bomb in here. Why are we talking about One Piece when JoJo out right now? I talked about Steel Ball Run. We talked about Steel Ball. Steel Ball Run was fire. No, Dekas, I see your message. Do you got text in YouTube chat? No, I see your message. I'm reading both. Yeah, the old heads are built different. They were in a time where they discovered a lot of like the, you know, the major power that was going on. They just were realized, like, you know, the Raja Pirates were like, listen, I was too early. You know, we were way too early. But they dealt with a lot more. Like, I would never look at Joy Boy's era and be like, yeah, Luffy already surpassed that. You know, whatever Joy Boy had to deal with. Like, what Joy Boy had to deal with sounded ridiculous. It sounded ridiculous. Like, look at the Joy Boy hockey knot, and he lost. So it's like the people that are saying, you know, yeah, Luffy would wash rocks or something. It's like, nah, you're not, you're not getting it. Rob, serious question. Why don't people blame Sengoku enough? He's basically the main culprit behind Ace's death, but Akainu gets more hate compared to him. Sengoku is a character that I think people empathize for because he did eventually step down from the Marines because I don't think Sengoku liked where they were headed. Now he's also in a tough position because as a fleet admiral, not only does he have to answer to the Gorosei in a sense, which we saw with Akainu later on once he assumed that position, but Sengoku is also dealing with being the symbol of justice for like the world, right? And if he's out here trying to fight on the pirates' behalf, it's going to look crazy to the world that doesn't understand that there are good-hearted pirates out there. So for him, he was just stuck in the system. He was stuck in the system. And that's kind of similar to Garp as well. That's why they kind of are tied together. You got to put Garp in there as well. Garp had the ability to save Ace. We saw Galaxy Impact. Where was that in Marineford? We know why he didn't do that, because he was conflicted, right? Do I uphold my image or do I save Roger's son, who I promised I would watch? And he chose, you know, to bet on the future of the new good-hearted Marines. So this is we should be looking at Kobe and say, hopefully you pan out to be who you say you're going to be. Because Garp put a lot of faith and stock into Kobe, if you guys aren't realizing. Like, Kobe is supposed to be the future of the Marines. That's the reality. That's what Garp wants. Smile Bomb, what you want to talk about with Steel Ball Run? I need to see more of my Poco Loco, man. Poco Loco came from out of nowhere. Nowhere. Oh my goodness, man. Literally, yo, Johnny looked over and was like, yo, how did he even catch up? And Poco Loco started from the back. He was the last person to enter the race and made it all the way up there. And then Gyro just ore farming. Every moment Gyro was on screen, it was just ore farming. Like, it was just straight ore farming, bro. Like, yeah, Gyro stole the show for real. Like, every angle, every frame, it was like, yeah, you got it, brother. You're the Gojo of the series. We feel you. Who's stronger, Garp or Sengoku? I have my money on Garp, but it's close. Josh, I would say probably no spoilers, just because we don't know. You know what I mean? We don't know who's tapped it on the manga and all that stuff. So we'll just talk anime right now for Steel Ball Run. Rob, have you been reading Donadon lately? I haven't, because like I said, I was letting it build up so I could start binging. Um, but why is it crazy, Marco? Is it crazy? It was Luffy's fault. Ace is dead. I don't agree with that. Anime Showdown. Why do you say it was Luffy's fault? Because I feel like that's the first time I ever heard anybody say it was Luffy's fault Ace was dead. I heard Garp get blamed. Obviously, Akainu. I've even Blackbeard. Blackbeard's been blamed as well, clearly, and which is fair. But Luffy? That's the first time I've ever heard that. Are you going to DreamCon? Probably not this year. Probably not this year. I got my cousin's wedding this year, so there's like a lot going on. I will be at AX though. I will be at AX. All right, so you're saying if Luffy never went to get the Viver card, why is he looking dead at him? Akainu would have never went for Luffy? Or I mean, uh, uh mm, I don't know about that. I would blame Ace. I would blame Ace more than I would blame Luffy. Realistically. Because Akainu literally tripped him into getting that. Like Akainu literally was like, yo, let me start roasting Whitebeard. And then all he had to do was keep running. Really. All he really had to do was keep running. He should have stayed out of it, but he was gonna lose. Ace was boxing, Luffy was on his knees. Oh man, I never. Yo, is this a new agenda? So let me get this straight. Y'all are mad at Luffy for intervening while trying to rescue his brother. Actually, he already freed him. Ace was already freed. Ace went back to fight Akainu, which was not a part of the plan. They said, Ace, you get out of here. And he decided to turn around and go back and start fighting again. This is the first time I've ever heard this. Yeah, Ace got rage baited. He did it to himself. Thank you, Jazz. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I feel like y'all say y'all. All right, not y'all, but some of y'all. Some of y'all. Let's just blame Dragon for the fun of it. Yo, Sengoku was like, yo, it's your son. What's good, Mel? Why are people mad about that? That's what I'm saying. Is Luffy's fault? This is the first time I've ever heard that. I think they were getting away, and then Akainu rage baited Ace. Yo, Lucy, what's up? Love Found, what's good? Rob, what you think about the Aang movie coming soon and Avatar 7 Havens? I'm ready for all of it. If that's your question, I'm ready for all of it. I need to see the entire, and you see what Avatar's doing? That's what we were just talking about earlier. Showing the things that happened off screen in movies and you know, expounding on the lore and all that stuff. They are actually doing what I think, you know, a One Piece should do, or Naruto should do, or any of these major anime you know, franchises. Like, your movies should be canon, but they should be stuff that were side stories, you know? people would eat that up because it actually happened in the story. It's canonical. Like Demon Slayer proved to us, which we already knew, but Demon Slayer proved that if you make movies that are canon, you will put butts in seats. People will go to the theater because it's canon. You have to see it. It's part of the actual story. When you're doing filler, people aren't as pressed to see filler movies. They're not. So I will definitely be checking out everything Avatar. I'm excited. Udahara, to tell you the truth, I'm not even on. I have. It's gonna be crazy. I have never watched Game of Thrones. I have never watched Game of Thrones. It's on my list, though. It's on my list. I've been doing a good job of watching, or major movie and show franchises that I never got to experience growing up. So I need to get on that. Love from India. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Yeah, Baiju baby, I see your message. I see your message. Sengoku definitely deserves blame. 1000%. Who's ready to see the One Piece remake? I am. I'm ready. I'm ready to see, because when I saw the message from the I think it was the Wit director, like I felt they fully understood what the new audience needs to see. And the fact that Oda came to it and confirmed what he wanted for the new generation is perfect. Oda looked at it and said, One Piece was, popping in a time where, a slower animation, older style, like it worked because it was made for, Sunday TV or whatever. Now we are in an age of JJK, Demon Slayer, seasonal anime, and we need to see the high level action with, great pacing and, cut out all the fluff and keep it the way it needs to be. And I feel like Wit Studio understands that. So I'm ready. They're not playing around. They're not playing around this time. So I'm ready for that. Nessa, you said anyone gonna tell Rob what? What I miss? Rob LBF, I don't think Oda's been using the Straw Hats, right? They feel like background characters. Hold on 1 second. Hishaku, thank you so much for the 5. The real question is, why isn't your GOAT Luffy actively trying to get his lick back on Akainu? I think Luffy is more concerned with obviously trying to be king of the pirates, but my belief is that Sabo and the Revolutionary Army and Dragon are going to be more so countering the Marines, right? Luffy on his journey to find the One Piece is going to be clashing into more pirates, right? The Revolutionary Army is going to be going up against the Marines and the world government. They overlap from time to time. That's what we're seeing in Elbaf right now. They overlap from time to time. But Luffy's goal is not to be boxing the world government and the Marines. It's just going to happen because the world government is evil and they're getting in the way. They're oppressing people. But I don't think that's his goal. I think Sabo feels more guilt about Ace's death because he wasn't even there. And that's why I feel like Sabo needs to be the one to fight Akainu even more than Luffy. I've always said this, and even though I would love for Luffy to be there or to watch it happen, or maybe he's in the mix, I don't know. I would want Sabo to be the one to take care of Akainu because he wasn't there. And now he has Ace's devil fruit, so it could be a thing of, hey, I have the flame fruit, and I'm going to show you what this can do. I'm going to beat you even more than my brother could, right? I'm going to go all out. I now have the hockey to match. Let's go. Let's see what happens. I feel like he has more guilt because he wasn't even there. Luffy at least was there. So that's what I believe. Yeah, man. Sabo. Indeed. Sabo's got to be the one. Luffy accepted the past and he believes his time will come, so he doesn't attack Akainu. And I feel that too. I feel that too. I feel like he can't get distracted with what he needs to do. His mission is to become king of the pirates, find the One Piece. He has the Sun God Nika Devil Fruit. He's going crazy. Now it's a thing where he's only running into the world government because they kind of are hunting him because he has the fruit. Like essentially, like they're kind of like intercepting what he has for himself. But Luffy's not concerned with, yo, let me go fight Akainu. Like that's not his goal. That's not his goal. Ace is already out of there. Let Sabo and the Revolutionary Army deal with that because that's their goal. Their goal is to take down the Marines and the world government. So I feel like Sabo should be the one to be Akainu. Get the revenge for Ace. You know, all that stuff. You literally have the same devil fruit and you can max it out, do stuff even better than Ace could. Rob, who would have won if Garp had fought Akainu at Marineford? I've always said I think Garp would have destroyed Akainu at Marineford at that time. I know there's Admiral fans that completely disagree with me on that, and I stand on that. I think Garp, when you see moves like Galaxy Impact, when you see him fighting, Kuzan, literally easily, because at the time, because I know people are gonna say Kuzan was holding back. Garp also felt emotionally, distraught about the situation about fighting his own apprentice in Pirate Island as well. So they both had emotional, issues in that fight. But even with that, Kuzan literally said we could not stop Garp. We had to they literally had to jump him, and even after they jumped him, they couldn't get him out of there. And no matter what you say, the Blackbeard pirates are watching. They're watching Kuzan fight. They're watching Kuzan try to take him out, and he couldn't do it. He literally couldn't do it. So this is somebody that Akainu took 10 days to beat, by the way. Somebody that, Akainu literally took 10 days to beat this Kuzan. And Garp was out here, Galaxy Impact, Blue Hole, just pure hockey madness, going crazy. Crazy hockey. And what's one of the things we look at Akainu and we ask questions about? We ask questions about his hockey. We know he has it, but what's it looking like? We always ask questions about his hockey. And if it's looking relative to Kuzan, I got Garp. I got Garp. Baiju, you're asking if I think Nefertari Lily is Emu. I don't. I don't. I think Emu actually y'all will see that in the video. I got that one coming soon too. We would have loved it if Ace and Sabo just got replaced. What do you mean? Like you want Sabo to die and then Ace to be the one to? Yes, I had now. Yes, I still believe that now because he lost and he suffered significant damage. Kuzan lost 2 limbs, and all Akainu has to show for it is a scar on the face. So now, after that fight, I think Akainu elevated after his fight with Kuzan. Like I don't think Akainu beat Kuzan and was like, all right, I'm gonna stay here. I think he elevated. I just don't think he's on the Garp elevation. Ace definitely over Sabo. Oh man. I'm definitely a Sabo guy. I'm definitely a Sabo guy. Rob, do you think the Blackbeard pirates are killing Garp? No. I don't think they can. There's also a chance that Kuzan is with Sword, but we don't really know what's going on for real. Rob, you watching Invincible season 4? Yep. It's fire. It's fire. I can't. What's the next? The next episode's tomorrow, actually. Rob, what are your thoughts on Hajime no Ippo and Ashita no Joe? Which one do you think is better? I personally think both of them are great. So I know less about Ashita no Joe. I need to watch it actually. Like I've seen clips and blah blah blah, but I need to actually watch it. So anything I say right now is gonna be more Hajime no Ippo bias. But Hajime no Ippo is my favorite sports anime. So if I compare it to a Haikyuu, Kuroko, any of the like Blue Lock even, and I love Blue Lock, but Hajime no Ippo is my favorite sports anime. So I can say that, but I still need to watch Ashita no Joe. Rob, other than Luffy, who do you think is most likely to find the One Piece? I have a feeling that Buggy and the Cross Guild are going to have an underdog run. I can't say too much. I can't say. I have a video that's been recorded for literally like over a month. That you'll see. You'll see who I think is gonna find it. Prime Garp or Whitebeard, who takes it? Prime Garp or Prime Whitebeard? That's so tough. They are very, very close. I think I would give the slight edge to Whitebeard. D for Dust, thanks for pulling up, man. I think I would give the slight edge to Whitebeard. Because I think hockey wise, I think Garp and Whitebeard are pretty much relative. Like they're very close. Like obviously Rogers in that mix as well. But when you add on the devil fruit on top of that, the quake fruit, like it just gets nasty. Like it really just gets nasty. It's gonna be extreme diff 100%. But I think Whitebeard just has more, he's encountered more stuff on the seas. Because even if we go into God Valley at one point too, right? Roger and Garp had to kind of 2v1 rocks. And then you're seeing Whitebeard in the mix. He's clashing with rocks one-on-one for a little bit. And it's like, yo, Whitebeard really is different. He's different. Whitebeard is already stronger than Roger. See, the only reason why I hesitate on that is because Whitebeard was equal to Roger while Roger was sick at that time. Like they were even when Roger was sick. So it makes you imagine that if Roger is healthy, I think Roger would probably have the slight edge on Whitebeard, just from a hockey standpoint. but it's very close. Like if Rogers Hockey is a 99, like Whitebeard's is like a 98, 97, you know? Rob, you think Anel will ever return? Yeah, he will. You are biased, Rob. Garp washing Whitebeard. Washing? Washing is crazy. Neither is washing the other. I'll say that. Nobody's getting washed in this fight. Do you think One Piece would get spin-offs like JJK? Uh Maybe. I don't know. Because there's like enough off-screen things that have happened that they can, you know, go off of rather than, you know, making like a new One Piece, you know, I don't know, One Piece Z or something like that, One Piece Super, and just try to continue the story. I don't think they need to do that. There's enough side stories that they can actually fully explain a lot of the stuff that happened off screen. How do people keep Sabo over Ace? Because the way Sabo was introduced last minute, it was clear that he was just there to keep Ace fans from not leaving the show. Bragos, I have to I emphatically disagree. I feel like Sabo's introduction to the series wasn't the greatest because of the amnesia. Completely get that. But what Sabo represents for the story is heavily underestimated. Again, he is the Flame Emperor. Like, his part in the story literally is the beacon of hope for the free world. Like, the people look to Sabo to fight against the establishment. That's what he means to the world. And what he's been able to do throughout the post time skip since his introduction has been discoveries after discoveries. And literally now he's on Emu's radar and the Gorosei's radar, to the point where Leloucia got blown off the map because they're like, oh, Sabo. Like, there's certain things where you look at Sabo's character and you're like, he means so much to the Revolutionary Army and to the world of One Piece in general that you just really have to respect his character. And I know a lot of people love Ace more because of the pre-time skip and him always protecting Luffy and blah, blah, blah. And Sabo wasn't there because of amnesia. That's not the greatest thing, right? I get the amnesia hate. I understand it. But if you could look past the amnesia introduction, every time Sabo has been on screen or been in the story, he's been hooping. He's been hooping. He's going back, telling Dragon and Ivankov more information because of espionage, right? He's figuring out certain things. His backstory with Stelly tells us a lot, right? The parallels with the with the Holy Land, like, there's so much going on with Sabo's character that the only thing I feel like that you can criticize Sabo for is the amnesia. Like, outside of the amnesia, like, everything else is just Sabo hate because he's not Ace, you know? And people love Ace. But his character means a lot to the story. It really does. Rob, do you think Emu face reveal gonna happen at the end of the Elbaf arc? Nah. I don't think so. We didn't even get a face reveal with Rocks and Emu. Like, so that's not. Mm-mm. Yeah, it could have been anyone else. Who? Who could it have been? Yeah, he's better than Ace for me. Ace was foolish and died for the rage bait. I still don't rate Sabo like Rob does. I mean, I get it. I get it. You know, I get it. I understand. Like, a lot of people are like, he's just Ace. But I'm like, whenever I watch Sabo on screen and I read the manga chapters and all stuff, I'm like, Sabo is nothing like Ace. Ace was a crash out. Even when Ace was a kid, right? He dealt with the struggles of being Roger's son. So he was already on this, you know, he was very aggressive from a young age. And it was really like Luffy being happy and go lucky that allowed Ace to be like, you know what? Let me loosen up a bit. Let me be more, you know? And even with that though, Ace still had that fire. He still had that fire in him, no pun intended, to the point where he's like, you know what? I'm gonna go fight Whitebeard. And then Whitebeard was like, no, you're not. You're my son. He's like, yes, sir. And that was it. He was done. When you look at Luffy and you look at Sabo, it's different. It's different. Luffy's like, I'm gonna be king of the pirates. Nobody's sunning me. I'm doing my thing. Cool. Sabo is like, I'm in the Revolutionary Army. My job is to help the free world and save people, because Sabo comes from nobility. He was a noble, and he sees that, hey, the people that are nobles are arrogant, they're evil, they're corrupt. I'm against this. I'm running away from home. I don't even want to be with these people. That's why I respect Sabo so much. Like, Sabo could have easily, like, and it's crazy. The craziest thing to me is that people love characters like Corazon. Y'all love Corazon. Y'all love Rosinante, right? Because he was a celestial dragon, right? But he came down and he was like, you know what? Our dad did the right thing. All this stuff was super evil. I don't want to be a part of this. And people are like, yo, Rosinante is dope for that. We love Corazon. But when Sabo does it, it's, oh, you're a fake ace. I'm like, what? That's not like, yo, people really just hate Sabo just to hate Sabo. Like, it's crazy. It's really crazy to me. Rob, we never saw even for once Ace running. I never said Ace ran. I said Ace got absorbed into the Whitebeard, the Whitebeard pirates. Let me ask you a question. If Luffy went to go fight Whitebeard early on and he lost, would he join Whitebeard's crew and be like, yeah, Whitebeard's my captain now? Answer that for me. And I want you to be genuine in your answer. Answer that for me. Would Luffy do that? Straight up. Corazon ain't got power like Sabo. He's not hyped like him, and Sabo falls on expectations. But where did Sabo fall? Where did he fail at? Nope, never. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Luffy would never. Yo, I couldn't even. I would stop reading right there. Like, if Luffy would said, yeah, you know what, Whitebeard, you're that guy. Let me join you. Luffy would never. That would never cross his mind. That just tells you there's a difference in mentality. And that's not to really slight Ace, but it's like y'all are looking at Ace like he's this god that has no issues whatsoever. And I'm like, Ace got rage baited and he joined the Whitebeard Pirates because he couldn't beat them. Those are things that if Luffy did, y'all would kill Luffy for. If Sabo did, y'all would kill Sabo for. Sabo didn't even do those things. And y'all still kill him. Sabo is more known as a member of the Revolutionary Army than Dragon. More people know Sabo than Dragon right now. That's factual. That's like being on Whitebeard's crew, and then people around the world are like, nah, that's the Marco Pirates. Like, that's what the Revolutionary Army looks like right now. Yes, Dragon's the leader, but more people know Sabo. He's called the Flame Emperor. So that's why for me, I'm like, listen, y'all, hey, you could love Ace, but we're not gonna sit here and act like Ace is perfect and everybody else is shot. Like, we're not gonna do that. We're not. No. Y'all gotta, I'm telling you, Sabo hate his force. That's what I'm saying, Jazz. Like, y'all, I get the Sabo introduction hate 100%, because the amnesia thing, I wasn't even a fan of the amnesia thing. But every single thing after the amnesia was stellar from Sabo. Like, I haven't seen a bad moment from Sabo once. I haven't. Rob pulling a Hakeem Olajuwon is more legendary than KD type rank. Yo. Yo, I gotta tell you. All right, so you're saying Sabo is definitely competent, but he lacks ambition? Sabo lacks ambition? How? What is how, so let's unpack that. Sabo lacks ambition. His goal as a member of the Revolutionary Army is to fight against the Marines and the world government and help free the world. He's looking out for the little guy, right? How has him becoming the Flame Emperor, infiltrating the Holy Lands, fighting against Fujitora, right? His subordinates fighting against Green Bull as well, Ryukugyu in the Holy Land. How do we look at those moments? Him attacking Emu in the Gorosei, right? How do we look at all those moments and say he lacks ambition? Every single moment we see Sabo on screen, he's here. Sabo ain't even a conqueror. We don't know that yet. It's 3 Lawye. What's good, man? What's up? I hope I say your name right. Sabo literally cost the revolutionaries their base. They had the power to fight back, but Dragon wanted to preserve their resources. Essentially. But even if you do say that, right? Rob, Sabo does not have COC. All I did I say did I say he has conquerors? Did I say he has conquerors? Again, we don't know. We went this whole series without thinking that certain characters were going to get conquerors, and they ended up having conquerors. So for us to act like Sabo can't get conquerors when he's the Flame Emperor, come on. I feel like Sabo has just not been in a situation where he needed it. Yeah, like he's never been in that type of situation where it's like you're gonna see the full conquerors pop out. Sabo literally wants to change the world, which is more ambitious than Luffy's. Or Hara, you gotta be careful. Be careful saying that. Be careful saying that. The Sabo hate is coming. But yeah, man. I don't know. I think Sabo is severely underrated. Yo, Shaku Hideout, y'all crazy. Sabo beating Akainu is blasphemy? I don't think so. Like Sabo literally, yo, it's crazy to me. It's crazy because yo, if this, I feel like I truly feel like if this were Ace, the conversations around Ace are always just glazed to the max because he's Luffy's brother. He did this, he did that. And he took a lesser role than what Sabo did for the Revolutionary Army. Straight up. He took a lesser role and got more praise. If Luffy has conquerors and Ace has conquerors and Sabo is the Flame Emperor, to me, it's really a do the math situation. It's really a do the math situation. Like, I would not be shocked if we see a hockey bloom from Sabo later on in the series and he unlocks conquerors. I would not. And if people are shocked, I feel like that's just because you hate Sabo. Straight up. You're not seeing what you're not registering what he's doing like on screen. Like when Oda had Sabo sub in for Luffy and Dressrosa, that was to me, that was Oda telling us that, hey, this is what Sabo is really doing. This is what he's like, where you guys have Luffy at, like Sabo's his brother. Don't sleep on him. There literally was a Q&A. There was a Q&A where people were like, hey, Sabo's a Flame Emperor. Is he really like Flame Emperor, or is it just hype? And Oda was like, I don't know if y'all don't get it, but Sabo trains every single day. Y'all might not get it, but that's cool. Sabo trains every single day. Oda said it in a Q&A for y'all. And y'all reading that in the Q&A and saying Sabo trains every single day? Yeah. But he can't beat anybody, but he trains. And I'm like, the creator of the show is telling you that he trains every single day. All right, y'all hear me? Yo, chill. The Sabo hate mute. I don't even remember the last thing I said, but nah, I stand on it, man. It's got to be Sabo hate, man. It's got to be Sabo hate. It's got to be. Whoever muted the Sabo Glazer, thank you so much. Listen, Ragos, I'm gonna keep your name in mind, because when Sabo gets more hype, that's exactly I'm looking for people like you. That's exactly who I'm looking for. All the Sabo haters. Every time Sabo gets more hype, I'm looking for y'all. Oda had to come out and say Sabo trains every single day just for y'all, and y'all read that and said, "Yeah, Sabo's weak." I guess if Oda tells you Sabo trains every single day, and you still think that Oda's gonna have Sabo come outside and get one shotted by an admiral, like we're done. We're done here. We're done. Rob, who do you think will beat Black Frieza, or do you think Frieza will finally win and rule Universe 7? I couldn't tell you. Josh, I'm gonna be honest, I couldn't tell you. Um Black Frieza's looking different. Please glaze Chopper next. I mean, the live action Chopper was going crazy. Nah, let me stop. Chopper in the recent chapter was unreal. Unreal. Rob, you hyping up someone training legit tells you how less he has done. Oh, brother. We talking about current Sabo, not future Sabo, Rob. This is him, though. This is current Sabo. I'm just pointing out the inconsistencies, man. I'm just saying the stuff y'all love Ace for, and the stuff you guys love Corazon for, is the stuff you hate Sabo for. The only Sabo hate I accept is the amnesia. I think everything else he's done post amnesia has been great. I really, Rob, training feats. We need to see actual feats. Hey, I, I could pull up the. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, is this it? I think this is it. Hold on. Yeah, this is it. Question number 2. This was Oda's Q&A over a year ago. Sabo inherited the Marimari no Mi. He's demonstrating its power to the fullest. Did he do some training to properly use the Marimari no Mi? Oda, he is training every day. I think that Sabo, who regained his memory, remembered a lot of things. All right. If y'all read that and say Sabo's trash, it is what it is. It is what it is. We need feats. I think we have feats. I think we have feats. Oda glazing him. You believe Oda? I guess we don't. Those aren't feats, Rob. Hey, surviving a hit from transformed Emu. Surviving a hit from transformed Emu. Hey, man. Transformed. Not even rocks. All right, now that's agenda. But it's facts though. Not even rocks fought against transformed Emu. That is factual. An old man saved him, by the way. The old man died. Brook also survived a hit. Is that direct Emu, or is that's the Gunko Emu? Like, they're not really. That's Emu Wi-Fi, you know. That's not that's not direct Emu. All right. Cobra survived a hit. Cobra died. I don't know. I watched that scene so many times. I read the chapter so many times. I'm like, everybody's like, yeah, Cobra ate that. I'm like, Cobra died. He literally was dying. He just didn't die on the spot. It was like, oh, he got hit. It was a lethal shot, and he was like, all right, Sabo, go save yourself. I'm dead here. Now we Wi-Fi. Okay. Let me ask you a question though. Let's be honest. This is a genuine question. Let me ask you. This is a genuine question. If Emu, because we know how Emu can kind of manifest through the Holy Knights or the Gorosei, depending on the the level of contract you have with them. We're going into some One Piece manga spoilers, y'all. If you're not on the manga, do you think like when Emu possesses Saturn or Emu possesses like Gunko or something like that, do you think that is the same as Emu being there 100%? Or do you think it's a manifestation of Emu, but it's not actually Emu's physical body being there? Yeah, Emu powers are sloppy. It's very hard to understand where Oda's going with like the Domi Reversi and all that stuff. So Love Found, you're saying no. Yusuke, you're saying yes. Faisal, you're saying nah, it's a manifestation. Lupe, you're saying no. So more people are saying no than yes, which is where I am. That's kind of where I am. I'm on the camp where it's like, yeah, Emu possessed Gunko, but this is not full powered Emu. Like, it's like you have to fight Emu by, like when Rox was in the room and saw Emu there, that's Emu. That's full powered Emu. When he's kind of possessing Saturn, possessing Gunko, like he's still powerful, but it's like he's not physically there. You know what I'm saying? He's not physically there. How do you feel? CPU said, how do you feel about Luffy not going to help Sabo? I know he said Sabo wouldn't want him doing that, but Sabo has literally somewhat done it for him a couple of times if you count the movies. In which situation? Oh, you're saying like when Sabo was like in the newspaper and all that stuff. I think Luffy I think it's a thing where Luffy knows, because the Straw Hats are much smarter now, so they know that when they see certain things in the newspaper and stuff, it's sensationalized. So I don't think Luffy's looking at it saying like, oh, it like Sabo's in grave danger. I think Luffy knows that Sabo is strong, and he's like, listen, I know Sabo can handle that. Like the Ace situation is different because Ace literally was in Impel Down confirmed, you know? Rob, in a one-on-one, always bet on Yo, y'all hilarious. You guys are hilarious. But what's my favorite backstory in One Piece? Uh the Bonnie Kuma one is very up there. Um, but I gotta say God Valley. I love God Valley. I was locked. I was locked in on God Valley backstory. Like it was just like I didn't have that much fun like since like Marine Ford, you know? Like reading God Valley. The craziest thing, and this is probably my last thing I'll say on him. The craziest thing about Sabo to me is that most people in the community call me a Sabo Glazer, but when I point out the inconsistencies on the Sabo hate, I'm not a Glazer. I'm literally just pointing out where the inconsistencies are on the Sabo hate. Like, if you guys realize how unfair y'all are to Sabo, you would be like, okay. But it's hard to see it now. It's really hard to see it now. Like, y'all obviously not going to see it, but y'all are incredibly unfair to Sabo's character. Like, it's crazy. Because if other characters, there literally are other characters that have done the same exact thing that Sabo has done. And y'all love them. Y'all love them. But when Sabo does it, it's like, nah, that don't count. He's just an Ace clone. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. The Sabo, I think the Sabo hate is more unjustified than me being Sabo Glazer. Are there Sabo? They're not that. I know there maybe like two other people like in real life that really ride for Sabo, but there's not that many people that like Sabo. Most people love Ace because of pre-time skip and all of that stuff, and the way Sabo was introduced. The delusion could be a superpower. But hold on, Mike. But hold on, glazing Sabo, right? If you come to defense of a character, how is that? How is it glazed? Like that's me. Like, let me try to break it down to you in a way that I think you guys understand. Right? That's like me coming on here and saying, "Yo, Luffy is washed. Like he can't even do this. He can't even do that. Like, yeah, if he's in the face of Gecko Moria right now, like honestly, I think Gecko Moria might win. Like he has Rocks of Shadow, maybe. So like I think Gecko Moria might win. And all you guys are sitting here saying, hell nah, that's cap, that's crazy. And then I'm like, yo, y'all are Luffy glazers. Like, why are y'all glazing Luffy so much? You know what I'm saying? And you're not glazing Luffy. You're just defending his character because you're saying, nah, that's not true. That's kind of how I feel with some Sabo hate. Like, some Sabo hate is literally just a fallacy. Like, Oda came out and said, nah, he's tough. And yet everybody's saying he's weak. If Sabo was weak, he would have died. He would have been the stuff that he's doing, he would have died already. There's so many instances where Sabo, if he were weak, he would have died. Fujitora would have packed him up. Straight up. Straight up. Straight up. If anybody did what Sabo did in Dressrosa with Fujitora and all that stuff, and if it was anybody else, I guarantee you, you swap Sabo out and you put Ace against Fujitora, Ace fans would have took that to the sky. Oh, Ace was boxing Fujitora. It was crazy. Sabo does it. Fujitora wasn't really trying. Okay. So let's move on. Let's move on to the next thing. And then we just keep going. And then it's like, eventually you're going to get to a point where nothing that Oda has Sabo do will satisfy you. And then Sabo's going to end up doing, having like some major feat. And then y'all are going to be like, this came out of nowhere. I know it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Sabo's going to do something crazy. And then y'all are going to be like, yo, this Sabo feat came out of nowhere. How can Sabo do this? No, we don't. You're I'm capping. I'm capping right now. I can look, yo, I can go through, I can literally take screenshots of comment sections I've had over the years. I can take screenshots. I am not capping. Marco, you said Sabo cool. I need more feats for the power scaling hype though. Which is fair, right? Which is fair. Because I want to see Sabo fight more. I just understand where I think Oda's going with his character because of what he represents. Like the moment Oda was like, yo, his name has more notoriety than Dragon, and Dragon's the leader of the Revolutionary Army, I was like, Oda's telling us not to sleep on this guy. Like he's literally telling us to his face, like to our faces, that like he's going to be running the Revolutionary Army, like the next generation of freeing the world. Like his importance on freeing the world, like outside of the power scaling, we're just talking about his character and his narrative now. It's pivotal. If you remove Sabo from the story, it's cooked because of what he represents. If you ask a non-One Piece viewer who is Luffy's brother, 100 out of 100 times they'll say Ace. Not one of them will say Sabo because he's just written bad. I don't care if he beats Goku. He's still written with minimal depth. I don't think Sabo is written bad at all. I just think his introduction into the story was lackluster. And that's, again, One Piece is my favorite anime. His introduction into the story was lackluster. Amnesia, that sucked. I'm not going to lie. Everything else after that, for Sabo, for me at least, has been stellar. It really has been stellar. Rob, Dragon is always looking east. He's a bad comparison. I hope your manga caught up, though. I hope your manga caught up. Because Dragon's story got so much deeper through God Valley. Bro, God Valley literally made it completely encapsulated like Dragon's hatred for the evils of the Marines and the world government and why he wants them out of there. People don't understand that Flame Emperor and Right Hand of Dragon is already a great title that shows power. Yeah, bro. Sabo gets all the hate because of how the community glazed him in the first place. But there is not that much Sabo glaze out there, though. At least to me, there are more people that hate Sabo than love Sabo. We just read a comment from Ragos, right? Ragos, you just said more people that don't even watch One Piece are going to talk about Ace than they will talk about Sabo. So Sabo does not have that many fans. It's factual. Yeah, Amar, you're right. I did say Big Mom would win, though. In that call, I did say Big Mom would win. So I still stand on that. Rob, you to go standing 10 toes. Bro, hey, man. I wish there was like a way for me to. It will happen though. Like it will happen. Like I don't think if Oda has Sabo sub in for Luffy and Dressrosa, I think that's a message that he was trying to send to us personally. I don't think that was just a, oh, this is a joke type thing. Like Oda does parallels. He's done this throughout One Piece forever. He always does parallels. He always does certain things like this. So like when I see that, to me it looks like, yo, whatever Luffy is to the pirate world, Sabo is for the political world. You know what I'm saying? Like Luffy is trying to find the One Piece, and through that Sabo is trying to help free the new world. Like he's trying to help free the world. Those two things kind of go together. So when Sabo and Luffy are moving up together in the world, Luffy becomes an emperor. Now Sabo is the Flame Emperor. And you're like, wait a minute. These two are sworn brothers, but they are kind of going up in two sides of like the same coin, but they are kind of going up in the same way. And you're seeing that, like, hold on, Oda might be cooking. Oda might be cooking. Like, there is something here. I don't look at that and say Sabo is shot. I can't. I literally, I can't. I see what Oda's doing. I see what he's doing, bro. I do. Sabo is the next Whitebeard? No. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm asking the Sabo haters to do is to look past the amnesia and really try to understand, why does Oda always have Sabo follow up with whatever Luffy does? Why? Why is Sabo subbing in for Luffy and Dressrosa? Why is it when Luffy becomes an emperor, Sabo is now an emperor? Why is it when Luffy gets more notoriety, Sabo gets more notoriety? Oda's not doing that because he's bored and he wants to just make something for fun. What I truly believe is that Luffy and Nika's journey for finding the One Piece and you know, fulfilling Joy Boy's purpose, Sabo is in the mix with that. He's in the mix with that because he's doing a similar thing, but for the political world, freeing the people, fighting against the establishment. And they are two sides of the same coin. He's the Luffy for the political world. And Luffy is obviously the Luffy for the pirate world. Sabo's the Luffy for the political world. I'm telling you, look back and peep game, bro. And when you see Sabo's brother Stelly, right? He was the only monarch. Stelly was the only monarch to go to the reverie and look at Emu's throne and be like, yo, let me sit there. And they were like, what? What do you mean let you? You can't sit here. What you talking about? You want to sit here? This is the empty throne. This is supposed to symbolize that there is no dictatorship in the world. And Stelly was like, oh, okay. I hear you. And Stelly wanted to sit there. That's Sabo's brother. And look how Sabo's the complete opposite. I'm telling you, there's something there. There is something there. So when I see Sabo's character, I just look deeper into it, man. I just do. I look deeper into it. If we remove Sabo from the story, nothing changes. I can't. I emphatically disagree. I emphatically disagree. The amount of stuff that Sabo has discovered. Again, the fact that Cobra left Sabo with a message saying, yo, you make sure you find Vivi and find Luffy and tell them this information. This is my dying wish. Cobra didn't say, Sabo, yo, you're pretty good, but, you know, I guess my story ends here. He's like, this is your mission. You have to inform the world about the truth of the will of D. Sabo was tasked to inform the world about the truth of the will of D. That's not by mistake, people. I'm telling you, that's not by mistake. Rob, take screenshots so you can have more receipts for when Sabo finally has his big showing. Marco, I'm telling you, I know it's hard to hear because it's more fun to hate on Sabo, but I'm telling you, Sabo's critical, man. He's critical to the story. He really is. Yo, Gear Fortune, what's good? What's good, homie? What's up? I'm gonna have to head off for just in a few minutes here. I gotta start getting on these videos. Sabo the Ace bootleg. I love how this turned into a Sabo conversation. This is funny though. But yeah. Oh, is it time?
No.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What are you doing?
Why are you guys getting him so worked up about Sabo? You know how he gets when he starts talking about Sabo. You guys, he needs his blood pressure medication. He needs some tea. He needs some melatonin.
Yo.
Why y'all getting him like this?
yo, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. Yo, the big Kumar just pulled up. Kumar's here, man. Kumar's here.
Yo, chat, let him know if he should live stream going to the One Piece Cafe if we go. Not today, I'm just saying in general. You know, because the One Piece Cafe is out here in Vegas. There's one in LA, but you know, that could be a cool IRL stream. Just saying.
Yeah, we actually are. Is it time now?
No. You got time.
All right. I got a few more. I got a few more minutes. Yeah, we meeting up with some people to go to the One Piece Cafe today. So, you know, gotta pull up. It's been a minute since I've been there. Yeah. He had a Soul Eater shirt on, man. Sabo spot in the cafes by the bathroom. Yo, why y'all playing with him? What's my opinion on the food? I like the food. They actually changed the menu. So like the first time I went there, it was totally different. I thought the food was all right the first time I went there. I got like the Sanji seafood plate, but it was kind of salty. But the drinks were pretty good. But they literally revamped the entire menu. So like the last time I was there, food was hidden. It was great. Rob, what do you think of Sabo's cameo in the live action? I was not expecting it. You can literally ask Kumar or Parry or anything. But when that happened, I was like, what? I was like, yo, Sabo's in here. I said, hold on. Because I saw a dragon. I was like, all right, obviously Dragon's going to be there. And then, but Sabo came out. I was like, what? What's Sabo doing here? Yeah, Fortune, you got to pull up. Next time you're out here, man. Rob, Sabo versus Blackbeard. Honest opinion, no glaze. I have Blackbeard. I have Blackbeard currently. But I honestly believe that Sabo is going to continue to rise in strength and power and fame or whatever. Ippo has plot armor. You got to keep watching. You got to keep watching. You also got to remember, Ippo has been training at the Kamogawa gym, answering Galileo's question there. Like, he's been training at one of the best boxing gyms, yo. Yeah, like, Takamura's in there and all that. Yeah, Marco, you should go to the One Piece Cafe out there, bro. I went to that one, too. That one's good, too. Both of them are good. Wildheart, I feel you on the Sabo cameo in the live action. The only thing is that if you're not a One Piece fan for real, if you're not updated to the manga, like you're not gonna know that. Like, I mean, I guess you would, kind of, because they don't really. It's not like they focus in on his face. It's kind of just like in the background somewhere. But the only thing I will give them is that the live action is under time, right? They have to make sure that they cover as much source material as possible while the actors and everything are still youthful, right? I mean, if you're taking 20, 30 years to get to, Marine Ford, it's cooked. Yeah, if you're live action only, yeah, you wouldn't know who Sabo is. The thing is like, yeah, if you're, I think he was speaking to like anime fans that aren't caught up with the manga, or or no, anime fans that aren't caught up on the anime. They're somewhere in the middle, which is very like, it's a select audience. Yeah, Wildheart, I agree with that. Yeah, you see he has the same goggles and stuff. Yeah, you would have to do some digging, but yeah, you would eventually be like, oh, okay, that was Sabo. So I guess that would spoil it for you. But again, for the live action team, they have to kind of blur things together. Like we saw the Roger and Garp flashback where, Roger asked Garp to watch Ace super early. I was like, whoa. I was like, we're watching this now? But then you start to understand. It's like, yeah, they have a lot of material to cover, and they only have 8 episodes to cover like 2 arcs. It's like, yeah, certain things are just going to get exposed early on. I wouldn't be surprised if like next season we see like I don't know, like we see like a they mention like Rox's name or something. Like we're like, things are just happening. We might see Kaido in the next season. Like that's a cameo. The Holy Knights are a bunch of clowns, and it's annoying to see them getting L after L. I feel bad for Dragon and the Clown Knights. The Holy Knights are clowns. I am on the other side of the coin. I don't think the Holy Knights are clowns. I think the Straw Hats are literally getting an upscale right before our very eyes. Because going into Elbaf, the Straw Hats were showing none of this. Straight up, the Straw Hats were showing none of this going into Elbaf. And now that we're in Elbaf, like Frankie's showing new moves, Brooke is showing new moves, Usopp is showing new moves. Like the Straw Hats have been upscaling like crazy. What you want, Rob? The Roger Pirates clown them every time they came to take Shanks. Oh, you're talking to, yeah. I mean, but remember, Faisal, they were able to take down the Holy Knights because they had the Conqueror's Haki to back it up. Now we are in a situation where Straw Hats aren't really showing the crazy Haki upscale, but they're still able to like hold them off or hang with them. And it's like, what's going on? It's like, yo, the Straw Hats are literally upscaling. Like when Lilith was like, hey, Frankie, about that cola you use, how about you try this? And now Frankie is looking like the second coming of Emmett. I'm like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? We are in the midst of a Straw Hat like power boost right now. Every single Straw Hat is just they're in the middle of like blooming right now. Their powers are just before, like they were kind of like 70 overalls, most of them, except for like, the Monster Trio and like Jinbei and stuff. Now they're getting into like the 85 range. Like they literally are jumping up. Is it shocking me? It's shocking me a little bit because we would see a training session or a time skip or something like that before they start getting these powers. The only one that we've seen have an answer to this power boost is Frankie, really, right? Lilith improved Frankie's abilities, which made Frankie stronger. That's factual. What's going on with Chopper and all that is just straight up like, whoa. Like even Chopper's like, what's going on? I'm tough. I didn't know. Like we're really like, we're in the middle of it right now where everybody's just getting a crazy power boost. Frankie not getting a power boost in Egghead was such a waste. Now we randomly get it in Elbath. Like, I mean, I feel you. The timing in Egghead would have been perfect. It would have made more sense. But it's still technically Vegapunk that's boosting Frankie even more. So Hishaku said they doing all that and Sabo is trading. But I think, Hishaku, to answer your question though, I think that kind of ties into why I think Sabo is going to be so formidable, right? Is that he had a chance to see the top of the world. He had a chance to see what Emu looks like in the Gorosei. And he's like, okay, if I want to compete at that level, I have to train on a different type of scale. Like what I have now is not good enough. I got to be ridiculous. So I think the next time we see Sabo, he's going to be on a completely different level. Shamrock is Depth Zoro level. I can't say that. Love, I can't say that. I can't say that. Again, he looked at Loki and said, hold on. And this is the same guy that is related to Shanks. And Shanks was confirmed to take down Loki. And we see how OP Loki looks. Chopper gets conquerors. Yo, Fortune at this point, it might happen. Peace out, 100. Thanks for pulling up, man. Thanks for pulling up. That's why I don't think that the Holy Knights are shot. I just really believe that the Straw Hats are just growing in power like crazy. All of them are doing stuff they've never done before. Loki for next Straw Hat and then bring me Yamato. I've wanted Yamato on the crew for a while. Loki might be hard to transport. I don't know how they're going to do that. They might need a new ship or something. Or I don't know, like Vegapunk might have to make like a something to make Loki like shrink. Like I don't know how that's going to work. I just wish Shamrock is stronger than Shanks. We need some good battles. I think he's going to be relative. So I don't think he's gonna be stronger or weaker, really. He's gonna be around there. Like he's gonna be Shanks level. Garling said in the flashback that if Shanks got Emu buff, he might even become as strong as MS Shanks, which means Shamrock is stronger than Shanks. I don't know. I gotta, again, it's possible. It's possible. But Shanks hockey right now, it looks ridiculous. And we got to see Shamrock's Cerberus sword and all that stuff, but I need to see what that hockey is looking like, man. I know he has it, but I gotta see what it's looking like. Cause Shanks hockey looks crazy. Shamrock is trash. I'm not going that far. Again, you don't tell Loki to his face that we can free you and you'll still get bodied if you don't think you could do it. Like he really believes he could do it. And the fact that Shanks did it, I look at Shamrock and say, hey, You might be able to. You really think we need another newly introduced character on the crew? Isn't it too late now? I think before like going into Elbaf, I was like, we need Yamato because the Straw Hats aren't strong enough. And I meant it. I think Oda's answering that statement by having the Straw Hats get stronger in their fight against the Holy Knights. So I don't really know if we necessarily need to have I don't know if we necessarily need to have a new member at this stage in the game, because it looks like by the end of Elbaf, the Straw Hats are going to be upscaled, or there's going to be a time skip or a training session. Something is going to happen because Luffy and Emu just met up. So something is going to happen. Catastrophic. It's going to be catastrophic. So Luffy is not showing raw power other than his manifestation. Yeah, I mean, the new monster trio are Frankie, Brook, and Usopp. It's crazy. It's crazy what's going on right now. Like, using Loki as a boat would be OP. Yeah, I mean, if there's a way to make Loki, smaller so he can walk on the Thousand Sunny, then yeah. But right now, they don't have the means to accommodate Loki on the crew. Yamato they can, but Loki that's a big boy. You like the theory that Elbaf time moves differently, so it can act as a pseudo time skip. I see that and I hear that. It's just what's gonna happen now. Now that Emu is in the mix and he met up with Luffy and all that, like what is going to happen now? Because realistically, I think it's gonna be something bad for the Straw Hats. If Rocks, no, it's not even that. It was Roger, Garp, Big Mom, Whitebeard. Was Shiki there too? Maybe Shiki? Rocks. Like, they all jumped Emu. They did a combined Conqueror's Hockey attack. And Emu was like, okay, that was cute. Now what? So when I see stuff like that, I'm like, yo, wait a minute. What's Luffy and Loki about to do? Granted, this is still Gunko possessed Emu. And we just had that conversation earlier. If Emu was possessing his subordinates, that's not really Emu's full power. As we had this discussion. So they're not even fighting like direct Emu's body. They're fighting Emu, possessing Gunko. So it's not even the real Emu. I'm like, yo, imagine Emu it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. Here's the thing. If Chopper is who we think Chopper is, right? Which is all the theories are coming out now. Oh, Chopper is the forest of God, blah, blah, blah. If he can reverse Domi reversing, he understands how to use that ability. We don't know what that means for Emu possessing other bodies. Can Chopper knock Emu out of Gunko? Like, does it go that far where it's more of just like an ability thing? Or is the hockey on it? Or like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know exactly what's going to happen. But if Chopper can do that, maybe that's how they survive. No, they're not going to survive by fighting, though. Luffy does not have the hockey. He does not have the power to beat Emu right now. And again, this is Gunko possessed Emu, so it's not even full powered Emu for real, but it's still Emu. And then Loki, he's tough. He doesn't have the power. So I think it might have to be like an ability counter where Chopper might have to knock Emu out of Gunko's body or something. If that doesn't happen, I really don't understand how. Like, I don't see a way for them to survive this. I don't. Like they're gonna have to try to figure out a way to run away, or Kuma is still there, right? Is Kuma there? Maybe we get a Kuma Millie Rock part 2. Like it's like I don't know how it's gonna happen. Yeah, Kuma's out of commission, but I think he is. Yeah, maybe he sends them gone. Like maybe he sends them out of there. Oh, check the spoilers for 1178 are out already. Oh, brother. Oh yeah, I think somebody said that earlier in the stream. Man. But that's the thing. Like I don't know. Like Chopper. Yeah, if Chopper most likely is gonna be like the forest god or something. But because we have to remember when Luffy's fruit first was announced to be like, oh, it's not the Gomu Gomu no Mi, it's actually the Hito Hito no Mi model Nika. Everybody was looking at Chopper and being like, wait, don't you have a human fruit too? What's yours? Yours just can't be human? What's the model? Everybody looked at Chopper and said that. So it's not shocking to see that Chopper has a new hidden ability. It's more so like, where's the constraint? Like, is this just Chopper is the counter to Emu, or or is there another constraint? Blackbeard is looking for devil fruits and he went to Drum Island, so he was probably looking for Chopper's devil fruit. Yo, hold on. He was looking for Chopper's devil fruit so he can counter Emu. I could see that because obviously his pops. I can see that. Rob, your old gen agenda dies with the next chapter. How so? How so? I gotta see. That could be it. That could be it, man. Man. Yeah, the Chopper stocks are ridiculous right now. Yeah, I didn't hear that one, Ragos. I didn't hear that one. I don't know if I can give you 5 fights, but I'm gonna have to think on that. Y'all cooking in chat. It's a shame y'all saw it. Yo, for real. I'm probably gonna look after this. I'm gonna look after this because I don't want to. We can't spoil chat here either. But yeah. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all coming through. Seriously, thank you so much. This was just like a quick stream, but I'm gonna go to I have to go to the One Piece Cafe, and then I gotta start editing these videos from Anime Las Vegas and stuff. I got a lot of videos coming for y'all, but be on the lookout for a video this week. It's gonna be, I might drop 2 videos this week. I don't know. I'll see how I'm feeling, but I'm definitely gonna drop one this week. It's gonna be on the recent chapter. So this was a stream about Sabo, not anime. The first half was about anime. And then y'all started talking about Sabo, and I'm like, all right. And then it turned into a 20v1. But stream RE, man. Yeah, next stream is gonna be probably Resident Evil on Thursday. So if you guys are around for that, pull up. And yeah, quick Sabo Yap. Yo, y'all hearing me though? I'm telling you, y'all hearing me. But okay, I'm gonna see y'all soon, man.